Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Brian if you happen to be new, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, you legend. And thank you so much for coming back and checking out today's Necromancer build guide. So if you're looking at playing a Necromancer with Diablo 4, I've got a guide here for you today. We're going to do two different builds and you can use the chapter markers in this video to jump to what specifically looks for you, whether you want to raise a skeleton army or you want to be a big bad solo player with the Necromancer. The Necromancer is absolutely great at crowd control. Can't say that for some reason. It's also very good at solo gameplay. It has very good minion customization, but the weaknesses here are obviously it's not that strong without minions. It's got low direct damage and mediocre damage mitigation at best. But let's get you started. Let's get your skills rocking and rolling, and hopefully you have a really good fun time with today's guide. Welcome in everyone and hello to my channel. My name's Brian if you happen to be new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, you legend. The first thing we want to do is dive into our skeleton army build. I'm going to walk you guys through the skills and the different setups that I have for them. Now you can see here I'm rocking Bone Splinters, Blood Lance, raising my skeletons, my Corpse Explosion, Iron Maiden, and Army of the Dead for the ultimate. I'll walk you through all the skills just like I did with the Druid video, and if you guys want more Diablo 4 coverage, just sound off in the comments below. Let me know. That would be really good to see. For the Skeletal Warriors, I'm rocking Upgrade 2. Reapers have a 15% chance to carve the flesh off of enemies forming a corpse. For the Skeletal Mages, Upgrade 1, reduce the life cost of your Bone Mages. Attacks from 15% to 10%. After being alive for 5 seconds, Bone Mages deal 40% increased damage. And then finally under Golem, Iron Golem, deal 30% increased critical strike damage, but you lose the ability to summon the Golem in this case. Let's jump into our skill trees. As you level up, note that you'll progress down the list. So feel free to put a couple different points, but I am just overall looking at getting points on the board. This is obviously with all the different points in play. You will unlock additional points outside of leveling by playing the game. So just note that don't worry, like you don't have to put 5 points in all these upgrades right away. You want to also make sure you're working down the list, because I find that having the skills on the bar far better than having no skills on the bar and just having everything enhanced. But you do you. You do you. If you need any help, just let me know. Bone Splinters with the enhanced Bone Splinters, and then the Nate's Bone Splinters, hitting an enemy with at least 3 times with the same cast of Bone Splinters grants 8% critical strike chance for 4 seconds. Then moving our way down the list, I'm picking up Blood Lance here, and then I have that upgraded with enhanced Blood Lance, and finally Paranormal Blood Lance as the option in terms of that upgrade. Down here at the bottom, I've got Hewed Flesh. Lucky hit damage is up to a 12% chance to create a corpse at the target's location. Now I've got that all the way maxed out. Moving further down the list, I have Skeletal Warrior Mastery. Increase the damage and life of your Skeletal Warriors, in this case by 45% at 3 upgrades. And then Corpse Explosion, along with Enhanced Corpse Explosion and Plagued Corpse Explosion. Then continuing on, we've got Iron Maiden, and then I have that upgraded with Enhanced Iron Maiden and Horrid Iron Maiden. I have my amplified damage all the way maxed out with 3 upgrades, and then my Skeletal Mage Mastery upgraded all the way with 3 stacks as well. Moving further down the list, I don't pick up any skills from this section, but I do take Segregation, 3 upgrades max, Compound Fracture with 3 upgrades, and Evulsion with 3 upgrades stacked up there. Continuing on down the list, Skeletal Army is my ultimate with the upgrade of Prime Army of the Dead and Supreme Army of the Dead, with Golem Mastery unlocked and Bonded Essence and Death's Defense with 1 point in both of those, with the Kyan's Edict as kind of the ultimate passive that is applied to it. And that is essentially how I have that leveled out. Now, feel free to make any changes, and if you do, sound off in the comments. Let me know what you decide to change, and I'll include a link to this skill build in the description of this video in case you want to just jump into it. But now let's go ahead and talk about the big bad solo build. The solo build acts a little bit differently here. We're still rocking Bone Splinters, Blood Lance. We're picking up Blood Surge. We're keeping Corpse Explosion. We have Iron Maiden, and you can also toggle this in with Decryptify. I'm going to let you guys decide what you feel you want to work the best, if you want to toggle those in or replace those on the bar It just all depends on how you want to rock and roll it. And then finally, keeping still Army of the Dead. But in terms of upgrades, Sacrifice basically no longer raise skeletal warriors, but I deal increased shadow damage. Also Sacrifice here, the overpower damage is increased by 40%, but you can no longer summon skeletal mages. And then finally Sacrifice for the Golem, you increase 30% damage of the critical strike damage, but you lose the ability to summon the Golem. Going into and diving back into the skill tree, you can see here I'm still rocking Bone Splinters, Enhanced, and Innate's Bone Splinters. But this time I'm picking up 2 of the Blood skills, Blood Lance, enhancing it just like I did before, all the way out to Paranormal Blood Lance, picking up Blood Surge with the Enhanced Blood and the Paranormal Blood Surge to tie that together. Continuing on down the list, picking up the Skeletal Warrior Mastery, the Corpse Explosion with the Enhanced Corpse Explosion and the Blighted Corpse Explosion in this case, and then picking up Iron Maiden with the same enhancements as before, going all the way to Abhorrent, and picking up Decryptify with just 1 enhancement for the Enhanced Decryptify, which obviously plays beautifully with Amplified Damage, dealing damage to cursed enemies on this case, and then obviously Skeletal Mage Mastery being that picked up. Down here at the bottom, I got Reaper's Pursuit and Gloom. When you damage enemies with darkness skills, they take 4% increased shadow damage from you and your minions, stacking up to 3 times. I've got 2 points in both of these. And then continuing on down the list, picking up Army of the Dead, Prime Army of the Dead, Supreme Army of the Dead, and finally under the Blood category, Ratham's Vigor, increase your maximum life by 10%. After being healthy for 15%, your next Blood skill overpowers. And that's how I've got the board set up. Obviously, as like I always like to encourage people, play around with it, find something that works, that you're enjoying and you're having fun with, especially as you're leveling. We'll have more advanced guides here on the channel as seemed or deemed fit. But I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you got something good out of this guide. If you feel like it earns it, hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel for more content, and also sound off in the comments below. Love to hear from you. But guys, I just wish you all the best. Thanks so much for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. But until then, take care.